Welcome back to Tallen2303 Crypto Trading, where we take crypto trading strategies found on YouTube or submitted by you and try to automate them with Tradelab.ai. After the video, I will share the strategies on Tradelab's community browser so you too can try and tweak it and make it work the way you would like it to. I'm trading these strategies on a live account, so you will be able to see in Tradelab if the strategy is making or losing money and if it lives up to its backtesting claims. If you enjoy my content and would like to watch future videos, please like and subscribe. Remember to share in the comments any strategies you would like to see made into a bot on this channel. If you would like to sign up for Tradelab, please use my affiliate link below. And if you would like to donate to my time, there is a Patreon link below too. Thanks for watching, and let's be successful together. Hey, what's going on, traders? This is Tallen2303. Today I'm going to take you through how to set up a strategy that I've created here on Tradelab. Today we're going to go over this great new scalping trade strategy by Trade Genius. So I picked this one because there's only two indicators that you're going to have to put on your chart from TradingView. It's fairly simple. We'll go over the basics on how to get set up on Tradelab, but today I am not going to go through every single step in detail. I'm going to do a couple short videos for you guys on that later. So for now, today we're going to go on Tradelab's website. You're going to click on community browser. As soon I will have my own folder in here. I talked to Jake at Tradelab. It'll be easier to search these things out. But for now, just type in new, click on this new strategy. I just titled it what the video was. You can do copy setup. Yes, you wish to continue. Then you are going to come here. It'll be the one that's inactive. So you go to edit, you'll say do it now. So the way I set these strategies up is I want to be able to label it something unique here and put in the time frame so that when TradingView sends Tradelab a message, it's unique. And if you have multiple strategies on multiple coins, it's not going to get confused and fire off multiple trades. So I've found this to be the best thing to do. So we're going to do Bybit account, mana, and all that information is correct. So now it's going to give you alert instructions. It's very simple. Click on the first one, and here I've put instructions on what to do. So you're going to place the super trend indicator on your chart, make an alert for plot 6 greater than 0. I'll explain that here. So you're going to go to super trend, you're going to click on greater than, you're going to pick plot 6. And you're going to make this value 0. So for this, you're going to do once per minute because it's a data indicator. We go back to our trade instructions. You want to make sure this webhook is correct. TradingView will auto-populate whatever the last one you had in there was most of the time, but just in case, make sure that's correct. All you have to do to copy these, click on it. You can also click on the name, paste it in there, click on this message, paste that in there. So what this is telling Tradelab is if you click here, the fourth button down is the data window. So every single one of these spots here is a plot number, and it's data that is coming from this indicator and showing up over here. The one constant is plot 6, right? This is always on. And then basically what we want from this indicator is the uptrend data and the downtrend data, because every time there's a buy signal and there's a green line, there's going to be a number associated with the uptrend. So this is whatever this value is at this line. So this would be, because TradingView starts at 0, this would be plot 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll show you now. Well, I'll show you how to set it up, and then I'll show you where that information is going. So after we get that alert set up, we're going to go to price, place the EMA indicator on your chart, make an alert for crossing up on the 200 EMA. So I've got the EMA there already. I'm going to copy my webhook. I'm going to make an alert. I'm actually going to do an alert over here because I want to use the price. So up value 200 EMA. Once per bar close on this one. Put our webhook in here. Copy our name. Message. I'm going to go back. And you can see the ones you've done already are checked off. Now we're going to do crossing down. Value 0. Oh, I'm sorry. Value of the EMA. Our webhook is good. So this message is what is being sent back to Tradelab so it can make sure it matches up with the rule. So you've got your name of the alert symbol, which is right here. The label, which is UTG, is what I'm calling you. You can call this anything you want. And then the time frame is 5 minutes. Back, see what our next alert is. The next one is the buy signal. This will be what triggers the trade. This, you're going to create an alert on super trend. It's already on buy. We're going to do once per bar close. Sure, our webhook is good. We'll create our sell signal. Bar close. Okay, that's all of our alerts. So in this strategy, we have 5. We have our super trend data, we have our price above and below the EMA, and we have our buy and sell signals. I should also show you that you want to change the settings in the super trend before you make the alerts. You want to change your settings in the super trend to the ATR 55 and the multiplier to the EMA. You want to change to 200 EMA. Now we're going to go back to our strategy. If you want to see the details on that original video, I am going to leave the link in the description. He's going to go into detail on the indicators and what they do. Today, I just want to show you how to set it up in a bot. It's just going to be fairly quick video. I'm going to go through an entire strategy from beginning to finish, like watching the video and putting all the data into Tradelab. But I think because of how long it's going to be, that doing it in a live stream might be better. Maybe I'll have you guys pick out a strategy you want to see built and do it that way. Schedule a time. So now that we're in Tradelab, you'll see that here's where I created the alerts. So when I did the setup for these, here's the super trend data. I showed you the data window. This is the super trend data alert. And like I showed you the data window in TradingView, this is where you set Tradelab to look at those numbers. So we wanted the uptrend, which was plot 0. So here, when you add a field, if you want it to look at a plot, you name it whatever you want here. But if you're looking for a number from TradingView, you want to change this to number. You want it to be dynamic, so it's looking at it changing. Going to go to TradingView plot number, look at the second one. Second one is going to be plot 1 because it starts with 0. So you do plot 1, you come here, you want to label it in Tradelab so you know what it is. So that would be uptrend begins. Type that here. We don't need that for this one. We just need the uptrend, downtrend, and I put plot 6 in just so we can see the information that's coming in correctly because there's always a number there. It's not really necessary. You can take it out if you want to, and it confuses you. So remove that, save this. So then we also have the price above, the EMA below, and the buy and sell signal. This, I used a different template because we don't need as much information. We do want the strategy variable that I made called label and time frame to come in. So here you would check strategy variable. You do that for both label and time frame. So it inputs it up here. When you do your strategy setup, it puts that information in there for you. So here in the variables tab, this is where we have information stored for when Tradelab gets information from TradingView. We can make that information coming in from TradingView do certain things, set certain variables over here for Tradelab to be looking at, so we know, or so it knows whether or not to go into a trade or not. So here's my super trend data. I have set this up so you guys can change the strategy to any coin you want. You can make the label unique. You can make the time frame whatever you want. This is for you. So when this data comes in every minute, Tradelab is going to set the variable for the uptrend data to the custom alert, which is from here. So this is the variable, which is over here. The variable is going to be set to the data coming in from TradingView. It's going to do the same thing with downtrend, the same thing with plot 6. You can see plot 6 right here has a number in it. It's because it's getting it from TradingView every minute. Here, it is getting the information from TradingView of whether or not the price is above the 200 EMA. So again, all this is just the data to make it unique in Tradelab, so you don't have 3 trades going off at once in a certain coin. But when this comes in, it's going to set the price above 200 to true. I only made one variable for this, so it's very easy, basically on and off. I'll show you how to set up a variable real quick and hit the plus button. You got to decide if you want it to be a name, a number, or true and false. If you're doing data from TradingView, you're going to want to do a number. If you want something to be true or false, like the 200 EMA right here is false right now, like this, you put in your name. What you do want to do before letting your trading bot go is make sure that the information does line up with Tradelab. So here you can see the price is under the 200 EMA. You want to make sure here the variable matches that, which it does currently. But if it didn't, all you'd have to do is click that. Now it's true. We're going to change it back to false, so it just syncs up and we're good. So there's our price versus EMA. Here's our buy signal. So this, when you get the buy signal, there's no variable for this because we don't want it stored. We want it to be done when the alert comes in from Tradelab. We want it to be a one-time thing. You don't want it to be looking for along the entire time this line is green or the entire time this line is red. You want it to look right at this time, and I'll show you why. So in this strategy, he wants, if you're going to do a sell trade, a short trade, he wants you to look for a trade on the sell signal. If the price is below the 200 EMA, you're going to go short. Now, you want the stop loss set at the super trend line. He said slightly above. We're just going to use the line itself. And then you want the risk to reward to be 1 to 1.5. This is a very small one. So too small for me to use this measuring tool. So this would have been a winner really quick. So what I put in Tradelab, when this signal comes in from TradingView, we want Tradelab to make sure that the price is also above the 200 EMA. So this would be true. If it sees that this is true over here, it's going to set our side to buy, which changes this over here, side right here. This is whether you're going to take a long or a short. So if it gets this information, we want it set to buy. So we take a long trade. trade. I'm gonna place the order. It's gonna change a variable that I made called in long to true. This is so in our rules over here, we can make sure it does the correct one, whether we're long or short. It's going to set the stop line price to the uptrend line. So that data that we have coming in and feeding the variables, that number fed from TradingView is going to be set at our stop line. It's also going to set our take line as false, and it's going to delay our take profit setup by 30 seconds because sometimes the information coming in from Bybit is delayed. They're on their own schedule. If you get a mistake in here, it's generally from Bybit or you set something up wrong. I've learned that a lot over the last few months. I've done that to myself many times. I'm going to try to keep you guys from making the same mistakes. So, like I said, you're going to get a 30-second delay. Hopefully, the trade hasn't hit your take profit by the time that 30 seconds is up. It usually doesn't, but I guess we'll see. So, over here, I should also say the rules right here. So, the blue rules is what Tradelab is doing and looking at prior to entering a trade. The orange rules is what Tradelab is looking at after you enter a trade. So, if you have data like this, like the super trend data and the price above EMA, you want Tradelab to be looking at it the entire time in case that changes while you're in a trade. So you want to copy anything you do over here over to the orange side, the other side. So that data is constantly being updated in Tradelab. That's why I've done that here. It's just going to keep that consistent. Okay, so here, this is what Tradelab is going to do once you're in a long. It's looking to see that the variable for in long is true, take line has not been placed, it's false, and then the stop line has been placed. Then I'm going to explain this in another video. It's pretty complicated, but this is how it goes through the risk to reward. You're going to basically make a variable that stores a number. For this, to get the risk to reward, we're going to use the entry price. So then we're going to have Tradelab subtract that price from the stop line price. So when Tradelab does that, it stores that number in temp math. It always puts it to the left. So that number is going to be stored over here in the variables. Then Tradelab is going to take that number, multiply it by 5, and add it. It's going to add temp math here to the entry price, which will then be your take line price. That's how we've got the risk to reward. Going to change the strategy variable, take line being placed to true so it doesn't do it again. And then we're good to go. We're in our trade. Same thing with short. These rules here are a little bit different because it's doing the math backwards from the long trade. We're still storing our super trend data. Here's our stop data. This is for if the trade gets stopped out as opposed to hitting our take profit. I want all of those variables in long, in short, take line placed. I want that to be reset so we can look for the long, we can look for the short again. Here's my EMA data. Okay, so here, these are take profit lines. You can have as many as you want. You can add triggers. We're going to go through this later, more in depth. So show you setup. So this is our stop line. We want this to be quick at market price. We don't want it to go below the number. So we do stop loss. This number is being input from the data that is coming in from TradingView. So we want this to be the USD exact price. We want to take from the position when the line is hit 100%. You want to trade closed. Now, it's kind of the same thing with take profits in these trades, but you want it to be a limit order. So this is taking the data that we put in for the take profit line. You want it to be a USD exact price. You take from position 100% at a limit order because you want that line set prior. Okay, now you're going to come to your trade settings. You're going to name your strategy whatever you want it to be up here. Make sure your symbol is correct. This, whether you're going to be doing a buy or a sell trade, this is going to change based on our information coming in from Tradelab. You got to pick the trade amount. I did because I don't know if the strategy is going to work yet. We're going to test it against what the Trade Genius said it would do in the video. I think he said it was like a 78% win rate, which is huge. I've yet to see any of them actually come to the numbers that all these people making the videos claim on YouTube, but we'll see. So I'm doing a 0.5%, 25x because it looks to me like the stop losses are going to be very small. So got that. Leverage type is isolated. We're doing market orders, not limit. You want to make sure lock alert symbol is false. I'll explain that later also. Now we're set up. You want to save it, quit. So this is now tracking all the trades that you do. If you want to see your variables, see if they're changing, see if the information is coming in, you could hit that button for monitor trade. See the price is not above 200 right now. Here's your plot 6 number to verify that the uptrend value is at 38.82, somewhere around there. Now we wait. So that is how you set up one of my TradingView strategies. I will do a video in the future future on how to build one from scratch. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit longer, so we'll figure out how to break it up into like manageable pieces. But that was a quick rundown. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If there's anything you would like to see me do, leave that in the comments also. Again, if you would like to sign up for Tradelab, use my affiliate link. If you'd like to donate to my time, because I am trading with a live account, and you'll be able to see the results when you go to the community browser and look at the strategies. You can see it keeps track of wins and losses for everybody who's on here. If you would like to donate to my time, I have a Patreon link below. It's not required. I do this because I love it, but I am risking real money so you can see actual results. So it would be appreciated. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will hopefully put out a new video this week.